As Pokemon fans, we're never shy about voicing our opinions. We absolutely have no shame in telling Pokemon exactly what we want from them. From things like bring back the National Dex, or can we please get a remake of XD Gale of Darkness, or even just a port to the Switch or something. But one thing I'm certain nobody has ever wanted, that nobody has ever asked Pokemon for is, hey Pokemon, how about another Gloom episode? We start today's episode with the narrator telling us the Pokemon League is less than 2 months away. Mate, you are being way too optimistic about this. Another way of saying what you're saying is, the Pokemon League is still almost 2 months away. See? That sounds much bleaker and better reflects the fact that we've still got 2 months of filler hell to get through. Mimey, the absolute cockwomble that he is, sweeps his broom over Pikachu's face until Pikachu gets pissed off and uses Thunderbolt on Ash, even though Ash didn't do anything wrong. Wait, so why does Mimey get off scot-free here? He was the one being the arsehole. I tell you what, both of them, Pikachu and Mimey, are both complete dickheads. Pass it on. Alright, this creeps me out. Brock, known simp and renowned sexual predator, has made sunny side down eggs for Ash, all good so far, but has made a, and I quote,
super secret mystery omelet for Misty.
Now I'm no Gordon Ramsay, but omelettes are pretty basic. There's not a lot you can really add to them. You've got eggs, obviously, that's the whole crux of the omelette, but you can add things like ham and cheese and bacon, things like that. But what could Brock possibly have added to this omelette to make it a super secret mystery omelette? It's come. Brock came in the omelette. Brock is a dirty bastard. Oh, imagine all the mortified parents hearing that. Remember, Karen, you really need to be supervising little Tommy when he uses the iPad. Not all content on YouTube is made for kids. Ash's mum asks Ash if he could help around the house with some chores today, and when Ash says he's going to be training today, she starts quizzing him about where he's going to be training. Delia, mate, take the hint. The kid doesn't want to do any of your bloody chores. She knows this lad's got the Pokemon League coming up in a few weeks, so why is she getting on his case? It's not like she doesn't do all these chores anyway as part of her daily routine. Like, Ash hasn't been home in months. Ash makes an excuse to leave and then rushes Misty out the door to avoid doing any chores. Brock yells to them to wait for him, and I've just realised. Brock leaves without doing the dishes. Brock, lad, you can't go frying a bunch of food for breakfast and then leaving the dishes for Delia to sort out. Poor woman's already trying to delegate chores to other people and you've gone and left the washing up for her to do. Brock is the worst house guest ever. Confirmed. Just as Ash and friends are about to leave, Delia wheels over this big-ass wagon and asks them to go and get 300 to 400 pounds of fertilizer from the nearby plant nursery. Mate, this bird really knows how to take the piss, doesn't she? You want them to pick up about one big show worth of fertilizer. Do you realise just how much you're asking of them there? You don't have a job, love. Get off your arse and get the fertilizer yourself. Or better yet, send your Mr. Mime to go and get it. He could probably carry the fertilizer using telekinesis anyway. After they run away from any potential responsibility, which let's face it is the only reason anyone goes on a Pokemon journey anyway, they come across a gigantic dome-shaped greenhouse in the middle of the woods. And somehow Brock and Misty have never seen this place before. Seems hard to believe.
Well, actually, Liam, I think you'll find that Brock and Misty probably haven't been to Pallet Town before, and that's why they've never seen it.
The thing is, they've been in Pallet Town for a while now, and this thing looks big enough to be seen from space. Even if their current trip to Pallet Town is the first time they've ever been there, they probably could have seen this thing from Ash's house or even from Oak's lab. It's so big, they could probably see it from Viridian City. Somebody really needs to tell Brock that there isn't a single girl on the planet who has ever seen a guy for the first time with his face smushed up against a window and thought,
oh yeah, wouldn't mind riding that.
The lad's a menace. Misty says if they want to see a beautiful girl, they should just turn around. And Ash says,
Misty, please, only one of us can hallucinate at a time.
Jesus Christ, somebody rush Misty to the burn unit. She just got roasted. Ash, mate, you absolute savage. This guy turns up and everybody panics because they think he's got a flamethrower. Listen, I know these kids are meant to be stupid, but come on. Who the hell would be walking around with a flamethrower outside a greenhouse? Like, even if there was and they were there to sabotage the nursery, there's not a lot they could do from outside the dome, could they? Misty Misty, Brock, Ash, screw your heads on. We're introduced to Potter. I can't say it without channeling Draco Malfoy. We're introduced to Potter. Potter. I can't. Potter says a lot of trainers visit the nursery because their grass-type Pokemon love it. God, this is going to be a long episode. Because of this, Ash decides to send out Bulbasaur because he's a grass type, so surely he'll love it. Yeah, that's right, Ash. I'm sure only Bulbasaur, your grass-type Pokemon, will love this place. All those trees and all that space to fly around. Yeah, I'm sure Pidgeotto would just absolutely hate it. For real though, poor Pidgeotto. It's the Pokemon that Ash has had the longest other than Pikachu, and it just barely gets to do anything fun. Brock asks Potter about the girl that he saw, and Potter says that her name is Florinda. And then Brock goes all simpy and starts talking about what a beautiful name Florinda is for a wife. I'll be completely honest here, I've never really understood the whole, oh my god, what a beautiful name shtick that people do in TV shows. Like, to me, names are just names. I don't think anyone's name has ever affected whether or not I'm attracted to them. Like, imagine I'm single and I see a beautiful woman in a bar. I walk over, I start chatting to her, and I ask her name. If she's then like, oh yeah, my name's Ramona, am I supposed to be like,
Oh, sorry, love, I was hoping for more of a Cindy. Ramonas don't really do it for me.
I just don't get it. It's a really crappy compliment to be like, oh, your name's very beautiful. Bulbasaur sniffs a nearby plant and basically becomes high as fuck and starts cuddling up to Ash. Misty reads the nearby sign and it reads,
Pokenip. Its smell affects Pokemon like catnip affects cats.
Cats. This is the Pokemon world. What are cats? Bulbasaur sniffs another plant and falls down completely paralyzed, and Florinda yells to Ash not to sniff it himself because it's apparently stun stem. Not being funny, but whose bright idea was it to let the stun stem grow right near the Pokenip? If Pokenip is the kind of plant Pokemon love to sniff, then it's just downright cruel to let the stun stem grow in the same area. Makes me wonder how many times this has happened to other trainers' Pokemon. Florinda tells her Gloom to bring Bulbasaur into the house, and after Gloom struggles to lift Bulbasaur, Ash finally realizes and helps carry the weight. You know Bulbasaur has a Pokeball, right? Why not just use that? Yep, Gloom drips a white creamy liquid into Bulbasaur's mouth. This has taken a turn. Also, if Gloom produces this stun stem antidote, why has Florinda never harvested any of that and kept it to one side in case of emergencies like this? Surely it's better and a little bit more accurate to administer the antidote by syringe rather than have it drip directly from the Gloom. Whatever you people are into, I suppose. I'm not here to kink shame. What I am here for, though, is to ask you lovely people to kindly take a moment of your time just to tap the like button on this video. I would really appreciate it. Let's get this video to 10,000 likes if we can. Let's go big balls. Let's stop doing small like goals. Let's go for 10,000 likes if we can do it. If you can help me, that'd be beautiful because it'll help this video get seen by more people. Don't forget to leave a lovely comment down below. It can be something super generic like Liam popped me big this time. What a big boy. Something like that. And hit subscribe if you're new so you never miss an episode of WTF Moments. Turn on all notifications though so YouTube doesn't fuck up your sub feed. Also share the video. That's cool too. The antidote works instantly and Bulbasaur is absolutely fine. Mate, I wish codeine worked instantly. Bulbasaur is now all smitten with Gloom. Mate, it jizzed in your mouth once. Don't be needy. Bulbasaur begins to rub Gloom with its vines and Jesus, it sounds like I'm reading a fanfic at this point. Get a room, guys. Sheesh. Ash and Misty look over and see Brock and Florinda having a conversation on the balcony. Florinda talks about how the Xanadu nursery has been in her family for years and how it's her responsibility to run it and how she's a big failure at raising Pokemon. Yo, cool your jets, Florinda. Lighten up. If there's any advice I can give you when it comes to meeting new people is don't unload all of your emotional baggage in one go on the first meeting. Way to scare people off. After all, do you really think the way to get people to warm to you is to be all like,
Oh my god, I'm such a failure and I'm the worst at everything and I hate myself so much.
Like, how are people gonna like you if you don't even at least pretend to like yourself? What I'm saying is just relax a bit, that's all.
Time to pop a Chocky Milk. Chocky Milk make pain go away.
After Florinda whines some more about how she can't even evolve her Gloom into a Vileplume, Potter shows Ash and Misty the leaf stone she bought to do it and explains that it just didn't work. Are you surprised, mate? Even 11-year-old Liam could tell that's not a real leaf stone. Look, nobody deserves to get scammed ever, but people that are this foolish maybe, just maybe, shouldn't be responsible for their own money. Florinda says it's obvious that Gloom won't evolve because she hasn't given it enough love. Listen, love, we've already established this. Your Gloom won't evolve because your leaf stone is in fact a paperweight. Direct quote from Brock. And get ready for this one.
No, Florinda, don't you see? You love gloom so much that it doesn't get gloomy, and that's the reason why it doesn't evolve.
What are you talking about? Mate, I'll say it again. The leaf stone is fake. I tell you what, Brock, you are living proof that some men will say literally anything for the slightest chance to get the tiniest crumb of minge. Apparently, Professor Oak has just let himself in for no reason. Okay, this is definitely the writers thinking, oh shit, every character in this scene is dumber than a bag of hammers, so how are we going to fix this? Oak lives nearby, we'll have him turn up. Oak says he's here because he's been getting reports of con artists peddling phony evolution stones and decided to investigate. Alright, firstly, you're a professor, not the police, so maybe you should let them know and let them conduct an investigation. Secondly, even if you were the right person to run an investigation like this, how did you even know there was a fake leaf stone here? Surely the only way to know that is to have seen the transaction happen, but if you saw that, then surely you'd be tracking down the criminals, not the product. Oak, mate, this is why you should have left this to the police. You're really ballsing this up. Florinda describes the people who sold her the phony leaf stone, and of course the description perfectly matches Team Rocket, including a talking Meowth. My question is, why wasn't Meowth wearing a disguise? Team Rocket recite their motto, but include Florinda's descriptions of them, which really confuses me because right after, Meowth is worried and thinks that they should leave before Florinda realizes that the leaf stone they sold her is fake. But if they manage to hear Florinda describing them, which she said after finding out that the leaf stone was fake, then surely they should know that Florinda already found out about the fake stone. I'm just saying, this line of thought makes no sense. What does make sense is you can use code ACE to save money on G Fuel! Oh, baby! You guys know me, I love G Fuel, and I wouldn't be talking about G Fuel or be sponsored by G Fuel if I didn't love G Fuel and drink it every single day. This helps me get through my working day. I love this stuff. Thank you to Bro Metapod for introducing me to G Fuel products about 2 years ago now? God, it's gone by quick, hasn't it? Today I'm drinking watermelon. It's just so simple, isn't it? No bells, no whistles, just straight up watermelon flavor. Absolutely lovely, super duper refreshing. Oh, that is still in my top 10 flavors. After all this time, it's still one of my absolute faves. Remember, you can save 10% off your entire G Fuel order by going to gfuel.com and using code ACE at checkout. Remember, of course, it's for over 18s only because it contains caffeine, and because it contains caffeine, just drink it responsibly. Don't be a dickhead. After the ad break, we get more of Florinda's whining about how stupid she is and how she's not good enough to run the nursery. Oh, we get it. You're shit at everything. Seriously, can they give this woman another facet to her personality, please? If you're somebody who constantly tells people how crap you are at everything, this is what you sound like. Genuinely, stop doing this, because it's really unhealthy. If you keep saying horrible things about yourself out loud, your brain is going to start believing that, and that's just going to make things worse. Try saying something positive about yourself at least once a day. It will make a massive difference. It can be something as simple as, I'm proud of myself for getting out of bed today, or wow, I left a really nice comment on Liam's video today. I'm sure that's going to make him smile. What's that? You've not left a comment yet? Then what are you waiting for, dickhead? Make my day. Mate, when did Ash Ketchum suddenly become the wisest member of the group? Brock basically guarantees he'll find Florinda a leaf stone, and somehow Ash is the one who's like, dude, you probably shouldn't promise that because you have no idea where to find one. And then when Brock backpedals a little bit and is like, actually, I'll track down Team Rocket first, Ash again is like, yeah, but you don't even know where they are, mate. Is Ash growing as a person? Is this character development? Nah, let's be real, this won't last. An alarm sounds and a computer screen shows this, and according to Potter, that means that someone's in the greenhouse stealing plants. That's a very specific alarm, isn't it? Surely it can only tell if someone's trespassing in the greenhouse. You can't be certain that that person is then stealing. What if it's some old lady that got lost and entered the greenhouse by mistake? Gonna call her a thief, are you, Potter? I doubt it. Potter looks like the kind of lad that'd lose a fight with a blanket. Instead of just saying,
Hey, it's the people who sold me the fake leaf stone.
Florinda just has to go through all of her descriptions of Team Rocket, like
The guy with the hair like this, and the girl with the hair like this, and the talking Meowth.
what does Brock see in this girl? She's just a knobhead. Just before we get to the next scene, we see Misty putting Togepi down for a nap. This is obviously to explain Togepi's absence in the next scene, but is it really safe to leave Togepi unsupervised when there are known thieves in the building? That doesn't seem like a safe idea. Team Rocket are wearing face masks to stop them breathing in the stun stem, which is actually a really good idea. Oh, never mind, their masks vanished when they stood up. Guess I'll shut up then. I know it probably shouldn't, but it really irks me when after Brock says, oh, we should throw Team Rocket out, everybody jogs slowly along the walkway that they're on to get to the stairs and then double back towards Team Rocket. But like, Team Rocket are right below you. Just throw a Pokeball and send out a Pokemon to attack them. At least on the walkway, you're out of harm's way. Wasting time running to the stairs and back is just giving Team Rocket time to escape. Not that they will, because they're Team Rocket, but still. Brock asks Team Rocket how low can they go, selling Florinda a phony leaf stone. Brock, mate, they're Pokemon thieves. They steal people's Pokemon, often who are like family to them. I'd argue selling fake evolution stones is actually a step up for them. Jesse says they wanted to be good, so they decided to turn over a new leaf. And James says,
But the leaf was fake.
Brock snaps back at them with,
That's not funny.
but I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, mate. It was a good joke. Like, I get that they swindled Florinda, but the joke was solid. Direct quote from Brock.
We're in a greenhouse, right? So we need a grass Pokemon like Bulbasaur.
I mean, you're against Jesse and James, who you know use poison-type Pokemon, so you'd actually be better off with a ground-type Pokemon like Geodude or Onix and... I get it, Brock. I get it. You're suggesting Ash as Bulbasaur so that you don't have to get involved in the battle. That is clever, Brock. You clever, lazy bastard. While Jesse and James are tied up by Bulbasaur's vines, Meowth gives us some very obvious episode filler by spending an annoyingly long time grinding Stun Stem to make a makeshift stun grenade. Tell me you ran out of interesting things to put in this episode without telling me you ran out of interesting things to put in this episode. Okay, so Gloom, Pikachu, Squirtle, Pidgeotto, Charizard, Vulpix, Zubat, Onix, Geodude, Goldeen, Staryu, Psyduck. You could have used any of these Pokemon to take out Meowth while he was faffing around grinding the Stun Stem, but instead you all just stood and watched him do it. Actual bunch of numpties. Everybody on the ground gets engulfed in a cloud of Stun Spore, and Florinda yells at them not to breathe it in. Yeah, thanks for that, genius. Any other bright ideas? Me and the lads were thinking about snorting the fucker. Direct quote from Professor Oak.
All of the strength has been drained out of me.
Nah, mate, you're getting confused. This is Stun Spore. This is paralyzing you. You're thinking of Strength Sap, and that's not going to be a thing for another 17 years or so yet. Brock begs Florinda to use her Gloom to battle Team Rocket, and Florinda carries on flapping about how her Gloom isn't strong enough to battle, and almost runs off to go and get some bloody healing herbs. God, they couldn't have made this girl any more unlikable, could they? Florinda finally decides to let Gloom battle, and Jesse and James send out Arbok and Weezing and get them to use Toxic and Smog respectively. Yeah, those will be so good against a poison type. Yeah, great job. This is what I get for complaining that we didn't get to see a battle in the last episode, isn't it? Gloom uses Double Team to confuse Arbok and Weezing, and man, the sound team was lazy here. Instead of getting the Arbok voice actor to just record some confused Arbok sounds, they just use the generic Arbok cry and just keep restarting it over and over again. Like, cha, 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 cha. Go back and listen to it. It does not sound good. This bitch right here. This bitch saw bloody Solar Beam in a Pokemon magazine and taught it to her Gloom, and was then worried that her Gloom wouldn't be good in battle. Is this girl alright? Also, how does that work? Was it like a step-by-step guide in the magazine for Gloom to follow? Although I don't think that'd work, because I'm pretty sure different Pokemon probably create their Solar Beams in different ways. So I guess it has to have been a TM that came free with the magazine, kind of like when you used to get demo discs and free CDs with magazines. Maybe TMs are canon after all and we just didn't realize it. Also, yes, I'm well aware that talking about getting free CDs with magazines is really showing my age. Oh man, does anyone remember Metal Hammer? Gloom Solar Beam sends Team Rocket blasting off. So I guess we just ignore the fact that Solar Beam's not very effective on poison types? Apparently everyone's feeling fine now since they all took some of Gloom's antidote. Wait, so Gloom dripped its antidote into everyone's mouth now? Gloom.
You fucking little slug.
Brock says Gloom's so powerful there's no need to make it evolve now. Yeah, but Vileplume. It's so cute though. Come on, evolve it. Don't be a dick. Florinda says she feels like she's finally ready to run the nursery for her family, as long as a very special guy is there to share it with her. But not Brock. This girl's in love with Potter. I don't even feel bad for Brock. He went way too hard after a girl he barely even knew. And more importantly, he was once again poised and ready to ditch his actual friends for her in a heartbeat. Brock really is a terrible friend. pass it on. Ash tells Brock not to worry, he'll find plenty of girls to reject him. Or Ash Ketchum with his second major burn of the episode. I'm surprised he's got any friends left the way he keeps murdering them with words like this. Misty points out that Ash didn't do any training today and asks when he's going to get ready for the Pokemon League. At this point, I don't think any of us know. The only thing I do know is it ain't next week. The saddest part is, after all of this filler, the Pokemon League will be over in a heartbeat. Man, that's depressing. So those are my WTF moments for Pokemon Season 1, Episode 68. Make room for Gloom. Let me know your favorites and any that I missed down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head to twitch.tv/AceTrainLiam for all of my live streams and use code ACE for money off G Fuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.